Hello, all you beautiful people. This is Intentional Healing, and I am Nicole Bridger. Today, I want to talk about pressure. Why so many of us put so much pressure on ourselves, and what that's actually doing for us in our path to what we desire. So, before we begin, taking a deep breath in. And as you exhale, allowing yourself to sink into your chair. Noticing where your energy is scattered out there in your life. And as you inhale, calling that thought energy, that feeling energy back into your body. Giving yourself this gift of presence for this next little while together. And when you feel ready, slowly opening your eyes. So, why is it that so many of us have this tendency of putting pressure on ourselves? Essentially, and it's a little bit tricky to summarize so many different people's experiences. So as I'm speaking, try and relate or put in your own words that feel right for you in your life, so that it can be helpful for you. But when we're young, if we experience something uncomfortable, perhaps not receiving the love, praise, attention that we desire, then we take it on that there's something that we need to do or be that's different or more than what we are, in order to receive that love that we are seeking, that we desire. And in our subconscious, we take on a belief that we need to be better than we are, more than we are. Who we are is not worthy or deserving. And the pressure comes from us believing that we need to be something more than we are, so we better keep an eye on it, make sure that we are not letting anything slip, or staying under the radar, or constantly criticizing and checking ourselves to see, are we doing and being the thing that's going to receive the love, or are we not? And essentially, when we're not, it feels unsafe. So remembering that in your sympathetic nervous system, so when you're a child, you are seekers of love. And emotional trauma feels the same as physical trauma. And your brain will store it as a kind of memory, to always be trying to survive. And in this case, trying to survive is to seek the love. And as your brain is learning, how do I find the love? Who do I need to be? What do I need to do to receive the love that I'm desiring? Your brain memorizes, okay, when I do this, I get praise, and that feels like love. When I do that, I don't. So don't do that. Don't do that. And it creates some rules and structure for you to navigate the world. And remember that whatever you focus on, whether it's deliberately or not, whatever you focus on with your thoughts, remember that your thoughts are energy. And so that energy is going to grow, whether it's intentional or not. And so as you grow, this pressure on yourself to get it right, then you will be creating a belief that there is something or someone that you need to be or do to be lovable, to summarize it. So as long as you have this pressure on yourself to get it right, you keep yourself in that survival mode, in that fight or flight mode. While you are in that kind of survival mode, remember that energetically speaking, you can only either be in resistance with your divine self and the divine wisdom, the infinite wisdom, or you can be in flow. So you're either in resistance or flow. And pressure on yourself is actually to stay in resistance. So if you begin to see that adding that extra pressure on yourself is one of the blocks that is keeping you from stepping into flow, then you'll begin to be able to loosen the grip on it, because the pressure actually feels safe. It's comforting. It's been with you your whole life and has served you well. Perhaps it's done well for you in your career or in relationships or navigating the world. And now you've come to a point where you see that the pressure is not serving you, at least not serving your higher purpose anymore. And you are ready to see the truth and heal it. So if pressure is a way of staying in resistance, how do we shift it? And one of the things that's important to recognize is that often when we're in the process of shifting, we will even have a little hidden pressure on ourselves for how well we're doing with our healing process. If you're trying to shift a relationship and you see a pattern of taking something personally with someone, and then you're trying so hard not to do it, and then it happens again, and then you're hard on yourself, and you go into the mode of, okay, more pressure on myself to get it right next time. What that does is actually holds this belief even tighter. So if you can imagine scolding a child and making them feel bad, they stay in fight or flight mode. And what you actually want to do with your sympathetic nervous system is help it to feel safe. You want to loosen that. And so what we want to focus on more is love and compassion to that part of you that is wanting to click into judgment, criticism, and pressure. And remembering that part of you is actually trying to help you. That when you were young, this part of you decided how it was going to get the love was to make sure you did the things, and that extra pressure on yourself was going to really make sure you did the things. And so if you can instead begin to be kind to that part of you, loving to that part of you, and comfort it and help it to feel safe, with loving, compassionate thoughts, and even saying thank you for working so hard to help me find the love. And of course, when I say the love, I mean the feelings that you are seeking, whether they be joy, connection, love, inspiration, all of those good feeling, high vibration feelings and thoughts that you are seeking. And pressure ends up looking a little bit different for everybody. One way that it can show up is people feel paralysis when they put too much pressure on themselves. They get so stressed, really, in that fight or flight mode that it freezes them up, and almost scared to even try, or not sure what to do, so they just freeze. And that can look different to a lot of people. Sometimes literally just freezing, not wanting to face the day. Sometimes it looks like diving into a distraction, binge watching Netflix, or binge eating, or distracting yourself with something like exercising or partying that is going to help you not feel what you're feeling. Another way of not feeling what we're feeling that happens a lot with pressure is we overwork. Okay, so I've got all this pressure and I don't know what to do with it, so I'm gonna work. I'm just gonna work and work and work until I've done enough, until I can satisfy that part of me that's believing that there's more I need to do to be worthy of what I desire. And that is such a clear example of how that pressure is resistance, because when we are overworking from that place of fear and not enough, sometimes we end up like working to something that we're not actually even striving towards, or paddling upstream, which is another sort of analogy for resistance. When the flow is to go with the stream, with ease and grace, to flow with the divine wisdom that's trying to guide you. So in the moment, when you are beginning to feel that extra pressure going on yourself, what can you do? So taking a moment to take a deep breath and ask yourself, what is it that I'm feeling right now? Where in my body am I feeling it? Does it have a color, texture, a temperature? This helps you drop into your body. All of the answers are in the feeling, not in the solving, not in the thinking. You are safe to feel and to listen. As you feel, as you connect, ask yourself, what is this part of me afraid of? What is it trying to keep me safe from? And you may want to write down what comes up. It can be very powerful to see what we hold in our subconscious. And as you breathe into this lovingly, with compassion, not any judgment. Remember, that judgment is just going to hold it in fight or flight. Begin to forgive this part of you for believing there was something more that you needed to be your due. Loving this part of you in the way that it needed to so long ago. And as you begin to shift into that good feeling place, ask yourself, what is it that I actually want right now? What is it that I actually want to feel right now? And as you practice this more regularly, you will begin to see that you are the one that holds the key to the feelings that you desire. If what you want is to feel more love, joy, inspiration, then it is firstly only you that needs to realize you deserve it just as you are, that it's safe for you to allow those feelings in, and to essentially give them to yourself. So I hope that this conversation, it's a relatively brief one. This topic we could go on for a while. I hope this is helpful for you if you have a tendency to put a lot of pressure on yourself. And just remember, like I always say, lean in with a little bit of compassion and curiosity. Okay, there's something here for me. I wonder what it is. I wonder why I do that. And if you do it, no big deal. Okay, there's that part of me. And just come back to loving and be gentle with yourself as you are on the process of shifting this. I wish you a blessed day. Please feel free to reach out anytime, NicoleBridger.com. Nicole Bridger is my Instagram. Let me know if there's a topic that you are grappling with and want some insight. I love being able to answer real questions. And be well. Bye.